Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle. I'm Santiago, and today we're going to be talking about a really important thing, and that is, what do you do when you have a special occasion, holidays, birthdays, whatever the case may be, and you're going to be around a lot of cooked foods. And my answer to that is that try to prepare your foods ahead of time, so that way you have some, whether it be fresh fruits, some fresh vegetables, and maybe bring a shake or something like that, so you can have some of those foods right there with you. I mean, obviously, I know sometimes, when you're on the go, you're rushing around. Some of these things are hard to, especially the entrees, are going to be hard to prepare those things unless you're really planning ahead. In those cases, we do try to plan our meals ahead if we know we're going to be doing something, and but it's not always the case. So you have to be prepared for things like that. So yes, packing some berries, packing some fresh fruits, and if you have to eat something cooked, don't sweat it. Don't be down on yourself. Don't worry about it too much. Just try to make your next meal the right meal, okay? Something that's extremely healthy for you. Maybe a shake or green shake that'll be easily digested, that'll help break down the food that you ate. Because I completely understand what it's like to be in that kind of situation. None of our family or friends are raw. We are the only ones in our within our realm that's raw. So for us to be going to any kind of social gathering, no one is raw. We're the only ones, and that's it. So we know we have to bring our own food. We know we have to stay ahead of the game to make sure that we're not eating anything that's cooked. And like I said, if you happen to have something that's cooked, don't worry about it. One thing we do every now and then, if we have something, we have to have like order. We have to order something. Okay, our kids love Chinese, and so if we have to do something like that, we don't have nothing prepared, we'll go and order some steamed vegetables. Steamed vegetables aren't the worst. I mean, and like I said before, it's not about being 100% all the time. You're not, sometimes you're psyching yourself out that way, and it's just too much, because all of a sudden you're thinking of, you might have a favorite food that you like that's cooked or whatever, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm never going to have that ever again in your life, and that's just not fair. It's just too much of a burden. And even if you're 75% raw, is a lot better than eating a whole lot of fried chicken and a whole lot of processed food. So you got to keep things in perspective. You know what I mean? So I completely understand with being on the run and being on the go. Just try to make some of those choices when you're on the go, the right choices. And also, one example, like today we went out, we took our kids out to a restaurant. And we're still looking at the menu, trying to figure out what they had. And they had a couple of different salads that we chose to order. Now, one of the things that they had like one spinach salad, but it had cheese on it. It had, let me see, it had cheese. I think it had some eggs, and it had bacon. And so I told the waiter, I said, look, can you take out the cheese? Can you take out the bacon? Or don't even put that in there. And just prepare the spinach with fresh vegetables. So I told her if you can put some some avocados in there. Actually, they didn't have avocados, but they had tomatoes, they had cucumbers, they had carrots, and they had olives, and they had a nice lemon dressing, and it was it was off the chain. It was so good, and I was so satisfied that. So sometimes you're gonna have to ask those waiters, if you're in a restaurant, if they can prepare things. If you see on your menu and you see like a salad that has a bunch of stuff, you can tell them to put fresher stuff. Don't put any of the cheese in it. Don't put any of the meat in it, and they'll probably prepare that for you. So you just gotta see what they can do for you. So that's pretty much my take on it. And you're not always going to be perfect. So with that in mind, I know you just got a holiday coming up this weekend, and a lot of you guys might be exposed to a lot of foods, cooked foods, and just try to stay ahead of the game and try to prepare some things so that way you can have something to bring with you. Okay, And if, like I said, if you do eat something that's cooked and you know it's going to weigh you down and make you feel kind of, not so good, just like I said, make your right meal, the next meal, the right meal. So, like I said, just try to keep things in perspective. So, with that said, I hope you guys have a great weekend and a safe weekend. And remember, do your best to try to be as raw as you can. All right, y'all take care, and I'll see y'all next time on the Raw Food Muscle.